Enough is enough. I know that there is a way that I can have that quality time with my loved ones, with my babies, with my grandkids. I know that I'm supposed to build legacy. I know there's a way. I know that we can break those generational cycles. In fact, what I'm going to show you in this video is how to have more time, more freedom, more family, more money, more joy. It's the same principles that when you implement them, it'll turn your $1,000 into $10,000. All the pain you feel from the things you know you should and you want to have, that all goes away. Are you an entrepreneur or a business professional or just a mom or a dad, an essential worker, and you want to have the new car, the $10,000, the $100,000 in the bank, the cruises, the new house, 10, 20, 30, 50, $100,000 passive income every month? You might be feeling that way. I felt that way. The Lord does honor you when you honor Him before yourself and your agenda.
As far as King Solomon and what he did, he was special in so many different ways. But where he got his start was because of his father, David. David's story was the same thing, mountains and valleys, mountains and valleys. When Solomon started, he was to be the king. It was stolen from him for a slight moment by his brother. And his mom had to intervene and say, because David was on his deathbed, and his mom intervened, Bathsheba, and was like, do you realize that they just crowned, that they're stealing the monarchy from Solomon, who you said was going to be king? So Solomon started with disruption immediately, and it was turned around just like that. I mean, David said, no, like, bring the priest here, let me anoint him, bring the people here, let me anoint him in front of enough people so that everybody knows, and have him sit in my chair so that everybody knows that he is the rightful king. He started off with disruption even prior to that, because the brother that he had, the child that was born before him, God wiped him out. Like, God did not allow him to live. He didn't allow him to live as a baby, because David, unfortunately, it was one of his valley times where he did something that was not of the Lord. And he took Bathsheba when Bathsheba wasn't his to take. And he had access to everything, any woman he wanted, but he had to take Bathsheba when her husband, that was the only wife that her husband had, and he loved her, but David did the wrong thing with her. And so the baby, he got her pregnant, baby that he had, the Lord said, I'm not going to let this baby live. But because David had a heart after the Lord, he had to pay a price, but then the Lord continued to bless him, and he blessed him with Solomon. The first thing that happened was that the Lord met with him in a dream. Before Solomon took the reins, he met with him in a dream, and he asked him, he said, I'm going to allow you to ask me for anything. What is it that you want? And Solomon said, Lord, I'm just a boy. Like, you've been so gracious to my father, and now you're allowing me to be king, to lead your people. Not only am I not worthy, but I'm not even capable. Help me. Give me the wisdom so that I can lead your people in a way that's going to please you. He was pleased by it. He said, you didn't ask me for what most other people would ask. I told you could ask for anything. Most other people would ask me for what? They would ask me for riches and wealth. They would ask me for death to their enemies. They would ask me for a long life. Like, they would ask me for those things. You didn't ask me for any of those things. You asked me for the wisdom that's going to allow you to govern my people in a way that pleases me. you get it. You understand. The kingdom isn't yours, it's mine. And the only way that you will have success with this kingdom is by recognizing that, but recognizing you have a part because I put you there for a reason. And so I am going to give you the wisdom to do your part so that I can do mine. I'm going to, all that, what you asked for, I'm going to give you way more than what you asked for. The wisdom that you asked for to govern, I'm not going to just give you the wisdom to govern your people. I'm going to give you the wisdom to govern all kinds of people, all kinds of kingdoms, so that, in fact, you'll be the wisest man that walked the face of the earth. And, the other things that you didn't ask for, the wealth, the long life, the death to your enemies, I'm going to give you all that too. The Lord does honor us when there isn't an agenda other than, there's not an agenda that comes before honoring him, that comes before communing with him, that comes before just being his. And he honors that. He that's what he wants. That's what he desires. And so that's what I hope and pray for you guys all the time. I have to keep coming back to that, even with myself, because when you're running a business, sometimes you let your agenda get ahead of itself, mainly because you're trusting in yourself more than you're trusting in God. You're not doing your part. You're trying to do his part too. So trusting in his wisdom, so that the things, if he's the one leading us and guiding us, the things that come out of our mouth will always be deep regardless. And it surpasses, just like his peace, it surpasses all understanding.